Good evening everyone, and today I'm here with a project that would help us to clarify the concept of formation of ionic compound. So here I have come up with few cut papers, as you can see over here. All these are nothing but the ions. These are positive ions and these are all negative ions. So today the topic about of my project, or the main concept of my project, is about all about ionic compounds, and the topic I got is scientific way to face daily challenge in life. And I think this is also a daily challenge in life of a student or any teacher, in order to get the concept of all these ionic compound formation and all these positive and negative ions, and in order to learn and in order to teach all these things to a student. So I'm here with all these small papers, cutted papers, and that would help us to understand it in a further or a better way than crisscross or theoretical method. All the chemistry is based on all these ions and compounds and all these things. So if we do not get the clear concept of all these things, then we cannot move further in chemistry. So I hope that this would help all of you guys to learn about the ionic compounds and all these ions and so on. So before starting with my topic, I would like to describe about the way I made this project. So here we have two kind of papers. One is light blue and one is dark blue. The light blue is all about it is all positive ions, or as we can say, it is metal. Here, for example, we have magnesium with two arrows over here. This is all measured, and it's not necessary that you should make it just like this. For me, I have taken a measure of 4 centimeter each and made an arrow of 2 centimeter at the center, and it is made in such a way that it gets fit exactly with the negative ions in such a way. And here we can see it is magnesium carbonate and such things. So here, this is a positive ion. The one with arrows over them is positive ion, or the metal, and the one with, and here we have the negative ions, such as, for example, we have phosphate. There are 3 holes, 3 little holes at the center that exactly fits the arrows of the another positive ion in this way. So this is in order to fit it with all these positive ions and form an ionic compound. For example, we know that phosphate, the valency of phosphate is 3 and it gains 3 electrons. So I have made 3 holes over here with 3 negative signs over here, and the aluminium lose 3 electrons. As you can see that there are 3 positive signs over here, and it is metal which lose 3 electrons. Without further delay, I would like to start with the description or the way we use this project. So this is all about getting the correct formula of an ionic compound, as most of the students fail to get the correct formula of an ionic compound and end up with bad result and poor marks in exams. So this is the greatest problem to most of the students, including me. So we need to learn about all this concept of chemistry from the very primary level, and do not get a clear concept and still fail to get the correct formula even after reaching the secondary level. So here, this would help the students to get the correct formula. For example, here we know that it would help us to know the valencies to, for example, here we can see that the valency of phosphate is 3 and aluminium is also 3. So the working of this project is on such way that these positive ions can be connected with the negative ions in order to form the ionic compound. It is all about the concept of gaining or losing electron. It gives its 3 electrons to the phosphate and form aluminium phosphate, and the 3 negatives of phosphate get hidden at the back of this aluminium, and the positive also gets hidden. So here we can see that this is a compound of aluminium phosphate, and we cannot say the formula is Al2PO4 or AlPO42 such like that, because here we can see that an aluminium and a phosphate get fits with each other in an exact way, and there is no positive or negative left over here, such that here we can see that aluminium and oxide. For example, if we take the oxide, then we can see that if we connect it with oxide, then we can see that the aluminium oxide cannot be formed in such a form like ALO. It would not, there is no such thing such as ALO, because here we still have one positive sign left over here. So in order to make it in a correct way, we will need to join another oxide over here. So now is it a compound? No, it is still not a compound, because here we still have a negative sign left over here. So it is not still a proper compound, and so now we need to get another aluminium and fit it over here. And if we fit it in this way, we need to get another oxide in such a way that these positives gets into these hole provided in the oxide, and here we can see that a pure aluminium oxide, a compound of aluminium oxide is formed, and there is no any positive or negative sign left over here. So this shows that the compound is in a correct form, and we can say that the formula of aluminium oxide is Al2 and O3, because 2 aluminium oxide combines with 2 aluminium combines with 3 oxygen in order to form a new ionic compound. So this is the way the project works. So hope you get a little bit idea about the project. And now we can also not only learn about the concept of formation of ionic compound and its formula, but also the valencies of any ions. For example, here this shows that there are 2 negative signs over here and 2 holes over here. This shows that its valency is 2 and it gains 2 electron, and here it shows that its valency is 3 and it gains 3 electron, and that is why it is written negative over here, as it gained the negative charge, that is electron. And as we can also try with other ions, such as the most common that we have is sodium chloride. And here, if we join the sodium with a chloride, then the positive signs and the negative signs cannot be further seen after we connect it or fix it with fix the sodium and chloride like in this way. So here we can see that sodium and chloride and one sodium ion combined with one chloride to form sodium chloride. We cannot say that the formula is NaCl2 or Na2Cl, it's NaCl. So this way we can get the correct formula of a compound. And if we like to try with another compound, it is not always necessary that it is NaCl itself. Sometimes we can get Al2O3, sometimes we can get MgO, as we know that this is the most common compound we keep learning about in science. So here we can get MgO. We cannot say that the formula for magnesium oxide is Mg2O or MgO2, as we can see that one magnesium ion combines with one oxide ion in order to form the compound. So here we can say that the formula of magnesium oxide is MgO, and the formula for calcium oxide is CaO in such a way. This is a model that shows the correct formula of a compound. And if we try it with another, then we can say that the formula for sodium oxide is, sometimes we can get it in such a way that 2 sodium needs to get combined with 1 oxygen, because it gains 2 electron and it loses 1 electron. So if we put it like this, then we can not get the compound clearly, because sodium and oxide, we can see that one negative is left over here. So if we get another sodium over here, and hide the negative sign over it, then we can see that a clear compound is formed over here, and the formula for sodium oxide is Na2O rather than NaO or NaO2 or such like that. So here this also helps us in getting the correct formula of a compound. So here we have got sodium oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, and such that sometimes we can get a compound of two ions in such a way that one aluminium get combined with one phosphate and form aluminium phosphate, and it works in this way. So hope that you all get a little bit concept about the ionic compound and its formation and the way the formula comes. We cannot give in such way like this, because still there is one negative ion, one electron required to the oxygen in order to form a compound. So if we put sodium over here, it will lose one of its electron. As you can see, there is one positive sign over here. It loses one of its electron to the oxygen and form sodium oxide. So the working of this is this is the way the project works. And if we take this, we can see that can you identify this ion? It is sodium, it is a bicarbonate, and we can see that the valency of bicarbonate is -1, as you all know. So from this way we can also find the valency of an ion. So hope that you all get idea about the concept about the formation of ionic compound from this project, and thank you all.